Good morning and welcome to Fort Seller Elementary School. This is your principal, Mr. Lin, and I hope that you had a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday yesterday. Today is Thursday, November 11th, 2021, and it is a day 2. Now, before we kick off this wonderful day, I want to invite you, as I always do, to participate in the Mindful Minute, but I also want to remind you that today is also a special day. It's called Veterans Day. And the veterans that we are celebrating are all of those in our community who served in the military, such as the United States Army or the United States Navy or the Air Force, the U.S. Marines, or even the Coast Guard, right? So they are branches of the military that protect our country and serve to protect our interests all over the world. And oftentimes when you sign up for the military, you are committing yourself and your life to the service of your country. And many of us have family members who serve in those branches of the military. And it's really important that not only on a day like today that we thank them, but we thank them whenever we can. So today, I want to encourage you to take a moment and find those in your life who have served in the military and thank them, because very few in our country have served. I haven't served. The least we could do is show our gratitude. Okay, so let's go ahead. Speaking of that gratitude, let's notice and arrive at the here and the now, noting that we are in a country that has many freedoms that people throughout the rest of the world wish that they could have. So let's savor it, okay? Breathe in with your sense of smell. And what does it smell like? What are you noticing with your sense of smell? I know I'm starting with something else other than our eyes. With your ears, listen. What do you hear in your environment? What do you notice with the sounds around you that you're now noticing that you didn't notice before? And then with your skin, notice what you feel. Yeah. It could be your clothing, could be the air brushing against you, could be an itch. I woke up with some soreness. I actually have trouble on my shoulders, so it might not even be a pleasant feeling. This is actually a not so pleasant feeling, but I'm going to notice it. I'm not going to judge it. I'm just going to simply notice that I have that feeling and observe it. And that's it. And finally, with your eyes, just scan your environment, focus on something that catches your eyes and study it. Identify what it is, notice its colors, its size, all of the general things that I encourage you guys to notice with your sense of sight. And then notice your body. Notice that you exist here. Notice the chair holding you up. Notice where the weight of your body meets the strength of that chair holding you up. Yesterday at lunch, I did promise a student that I would use his favorite breathing technique, which was the smelling of the flower and the flickering of the candle. So that's what I'm going to use today, but you can use whatever breathing technique seems to work best for you. It could be the hot cocoa that I used yesterday. It could be the starfish breathing that we've been using prior to that. It could be simply counting as you breathe. That works too. I like to close my eyes. You don't have to. Let's go ahead and begin. Take your first breath in. Fill your belly full of air. And slowly breathe out. And just simply arrive here. Breathe in again. Pretending to smell that flower, whatever that flower is. And then as you blow out, don't blow out too hard. Just blow out with enough gentle force to flicker that candle. Breathe in again. Breathe out. Let your shoulders relax. As you breathe in, notice the coolness of that air flowing in throughout your body, that life, that you're breathing in. And as you breathe out, let go of the things that trouble you, that challenge you. Go ahead, breathe in again. And breathe out. Continue to breathe in. And breathe out, letting your shoulders relax, letting your body settle into your chair once again. As you breathe in, notice how some of your muscles might tighten. just as you're just letting that air breathe in, expanding your belly, and then you get to that moment when you stop breathing in and pause before you breathe out. And as you breathe out, notice the warmth of that air. Notice how your back and your shoulders just relax. Breathe in. Breathe out. Let's do one more good breath. Breathe in. Make it count, guys. Like it's the first breath you ever breathed. And settle yourself in. Breathe out. Nice and slow. Now in a moment, you're going to hear a bell or a chime. Listen to it as it gets quieter and quieter. And when you can't hear it anymore, you may then open your eyes and awaken to the world that is around you. Welcome to a new day right here at the fort, where you are loved, where you are cared for, and where we want you to succeed. Now, whether you have a great day or not, it's ultimately your choice. So, choose wisely, work at it, and enjoy the rewards. At this moment, please stand and face the flag for the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. You can go ahead and take a seat. I want to thank you for joining me in the Mindful Minute. Recently, more and more of you guys have pulled me aside and just said, hey, Mr. Lin, I did the breathing technique with you. I did a breathing exercise with you, and that's awesome. Some of you guys are beginning, just like you did last year, to start figuring out your own breathing techniques. And as we get into the second half of the school year, I'm going to encourage some of you guys, instead of having Mr. Lin copy it and present it to you, I'm going to have you think about maybe videoing yourself on your own iPad and then maybe airdropping it to me, and I can splice it into our morning announcement videos and have you in your face share with us your breathing technique, and I think that'll be real cool. Okay, don't forget, we have 3 expectations here at the school. Number 1, show that you're respectful to others, like your teachers, to yourself. Do the right things even when nobody else is looking. And yesterday I saw a boy, no one else noticed it. He was picking up trash just outside of the bathroom, and then later on around the cafeteria on his own. He wasn't looking for me to notice him. He wasn't looking for his friends to notice him. He was doing it, and I'm just going to go ahead and guess, he was doing it because he knew it was the right thing to do. He was trying to be a good citizen, and he wanted to respect our building because it's our building. I also want to remind you to be responsible with your feet, with your hands, how you use them in heroic ways. Use them as heroes, not as villains. Use them in helpful ways, not hurtful ways. Same thing with the words that come out of your mouth. Same thing with how loud those words come out. And that's important in the cafeteria. We're working on staying on a level 1. Most of you guys are doing a great job. I'm really proud of you guys. Some of you guys are still putting the fox up and allowing that awesomeness to spread. Again, yesterday I saw it happen again. Kids in one corner of the cafeteria put the fox up, and they actually were keeping quiet. In the blink of an eye, throughout the cafeteria, other kids followed along. And that's awesome. Finally, show that you're ready to learn. Show that you're ready to learn. You're not going to give up. Some of you guys might come into class, maybe you had a hard day, maybe you don't want to do your work, and I see kids make one of 2 choices. One, they might just give up. They might cry about it. They might get angry about it. They might maybe even be disrespectful to the teacher. Or you can stop yourself, take a breath, and say, you know what? I can make a decision to make a great day. Whether you have a great day or not, it's your choice, right? And I'm not going to quit. That breathing part is important. A lot of you guys are beginning to figure out, not only do we do breathing in the mornings or with the morning announcements, but many of us, we're beginning to work it into our day. Yesterday, there was a second grade student who really had a hard time, and he just couldn't get over it. And he and I, we breathed through it. And I was so proud of that kid because it just showed how tough he was, how he was willing to allow himself to just stop and get himself back on the horse for a good rest of the day. All right, show that we are all going to be good citizens today. Remember, a character trait is citizenship. We belong to many groups. I want you to find ways to make our group, Fort Zeller, better. Make your class. You're a citizen of your class. How are you going to make your class better? Remember, you're special. And without you, our school wouldn't be as cool, right? So we need you, and we need you to show up and do awesome things. Be respectful, responsible, and ready, and show good citizenship. Choose to be a good citizen. Don't choose to be a bad citizen. Last but not least, I love you just the way you are. You know, as I said before, you matter to our school. You matter to me. And I'm so happy you're here. So spread your awesomeness. Find somebody else. Tell them that you love them just the way they are. Yesterday, 3 times I saw kids tell each other in the lunch in the cafeteria that they like each other just the way they are. In one case, they even gave each other a hug. And all of them told me that they really liked hearing that somebody else liked them just the way they are. But they thought it almost felt even better to give that message to somebody else. So that's really cool. Can't wait to see you guys around. Have an amazing Thursday. Happy Veterans Day.